Good morning, teachers. In this session, I am going to explain how workbooks help students and teachers to achieve their goals. I have taken class 5 workbook and unit 1 for review. Okay. So, what are the features of the the workbook? The workbook is designed based on outcomes predefined for a particular unit. In the textbook, each unit has a predefined outcomes. Just go through the textbooks. Okay? To achieve that, these workbooks are introduced. Helpful for multi-grade teaching. Here, all students will not be up to one level. Some will, slow learners will be there. So, for them also it is very useful to bring them to the mark. That is to the level A. CCE based. That means continuous comprehension learning. That means in every step there must be a assessment. Evaluation. That means whether he has learned or not. Suppose we have taught a vocabulary, whether he has learned or not, whether he is able to write or not. So that can be tested in the workbook. Next, tool for formative assessment. So formative assessment, we can treat it as a notebook. Okay. Next, notebook for formative assessment. One can write the slip test in the notebooks. Otherwise, some of the vocabulary or questions which can be asked for oral can be also taken. Next, worksheets insist students respond learning outcomes. Whether they have learned the spellings, whether they have learned the question and answers, whether they are able to read or they are able to comprehend can be tested using the workbooks in a systematic way. Scope to practice vocabulary, reading comprehension, grammar, conventions of writing and creative writing. And some unseen passage is also given in the workbook related to the theme. Here we have reading, but here also some passage is given. Thematic unseen passage. That is the features of this workbook, class 5. And the first unit is Mallika Goes to School. What are the predefined outcomes given in the textbook? They are predefined in the textbook. Read and comprehend the reading test. The children must be able to read and comprehend. Identify the contextualized meaning and learn compound words. So you have to emphasize on the compound words. Whether the child has learned the compound words or not, you can use the workbook. In the workbook, lot of drilling regarding the compound words are given. Understand and use collective nouns. So collective nouns is emphasized, focused in the lesson. So you must, grammar part, you have to say the collective nouns. Understand and use simple structure, simple present tense is introduced. Lot of exercises are given in the textbook as well as in the workbook to fulfill the simple present. Next, prepare posters in group. Some posters related to the school or to the next environment, they can do it. That is creative. Next, write a leave letter. So, after finishing the first lesson, the child must be able to write a leave letter. We must keep in mind that is the outcome defined. Okay. Listen and respond to the role play with their partners. Dialogues are given, they must role play it. It is given in this. It is very useful to improve the speaking skills. Respond orally to the situation provided. A situation is given and they have to respond. If you see a snake, what you will do? That is one example I have given. So one blind man is about to cross the road. How you help him? That is an event. So he has to respond. Listen and respond to the given conversation. So you have to give the conclusion, or you can improve the conversation like that. You can play it like a skit. One can do it. Next, presenting in the form of a skit. These are the predefined outcomes. Participate in the language games. Some games are given. The children participate in a funny manner. These are the predefined outcomes. So, how many exercises are there for this Mallika goes to school in the workbook? Let us see. 16 worksheets to practice. 16 pages are there for this unit only. So, what are they? What are there in these 16 pages? For reading comprehension, vocabulary, grammar, conventions of writing, practice page for question and answers. They can write question and answers. That is, we can conduct a slip test for the formative assessment. Practice page for unseen passage, writing comprehension questions, true or false or multiple choice answers, like that. Pages to write slip test, write as you please. Okay, it is already told. Okay.